The story of the Eta Upsilon chapter begins in the 1970s, a time of transformation and progress. In 1965, Mississippi State University welcomed its first African American student, Richard Holmes. His presence marked a significant milestone in the university's history. Though Holmes was already a member of Kappa Alpha Psi, it wasn't until 1972 that a growing interest in black fraternities began to take shape on campus. However, African Americans organizing on campus was no easy task. These pioneers faced not only the everyday struggles of academic life, but also the weight of societal tensions during a tumultuous time in America's history. The courage required to attend a predominantly white institution in the Deep South cannot be overstated. Their resilience and determination were tested daily as they dealt with the challenges of integration. Often in the face of hostility and exclusion. Despite the obstacles, these students formed bonds of solidarity, creating organizations and networks that provided support and a sense of community. Their efforts were not just about surviving the college experience, but thriving in it and ensuring that those who came after them would find a path slightly easier to tread. And thrive they did, with one example being in Leander Taylor. Leander Taylor, a committing student, noticed the burgeoning interest in black fraternities during his time on the cooperative education program in Dallas. Upon returning to Mississippi State, Taylor initiated conversations with his peers, sparking the beginning of what would become the Eta Upsilon chapter. With the support of Mr. James Kilgore, a university counselor and Kappa Alpha Psi member, alongside James Kilgore, Dr. Albert Chico Allen, Gerald Johnson, and Alvin Williams played a significant role in charting the chapter. Taylor and his peers petitioned the Grand Chapter. Their determination led to the establishment of the Eta Upsilon chapter on January 22, 1974, at Mississippi State University. The fall of 1974 saw the first initiates of Eta Upsilon, effectively known as the Crazy Eight. These 8 students embodied the diverse ideals and commitment of our fraternity. Their dedication laid a strong foundation for the chapter's future.
I'm Henry W. Flowers. I crossed the sands May 8, 1965 at Delta Delta. I am a past provincial pole model of the Southwestern Province. Number 16, that is. I don't know how the Crazy Eight worked it out, but it looked like you had a pretty good chapter after we got you back on course. We had a few problems with you at the beginning, but as I look back at the history, some fine young men have come through this chapter here at Mississippi State.
As the years progressed, so did the growth of Eta Upsilon. The 1980s marked a period of tremendous expansion, with 16 lines and 73 new members. The chapter became a pillar of excellence on campus, achieving significant milestones, including securing a fraternity house and having members excel in athletics and campus leadership roles. The most significant of these achievements in the 80s are Stephen Johnson, FAR 80, first MSU football player to pledge Kappa; Dwayne Williams, FAR 87, first African American varsity cheerleader; Michael Irvin, FAR 84, MSU football team; John Parker and John Moore, Spring 88, MSU football team; Kelvin Covington, FAR 87, first African American Student Association Vice President and second African American Student Association President. The 1990s, known as the Golden Era, brought further recognition and accolades. With innovative stepping styles and successful fundraising efforts, Eta Upsilon continued to rise in prominence, celebrating its 25th anniversary in 1999. This was the era in Eta Upsilon's history where it was bestowed the name, the Gucci chapter. The most significant of these achievements in the 90s are Terry High and Huan Long for our 90 MSU football team. Eta Upsilon featured in The Journal, 1992. Jack Young, Spring 92, MSU basketball team. Eric Dampier, Dale Wilson, Marcus Bullard, Spring 96, MSU basketball team that reached the Final Four. Rod Newton, Spring 99, MSU track team. Markel Patterson, Spring 99, MSU basketball team. Paris Griffin, Spring 98, appointed by Grant Polmark as National Webmaster for Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Eric Dampier, Spring 96, drafted as the 10th pick in the first round of the 1996 NBA Draft by the Indiana Pacers. In the 2000s, maintaining their dominance from the 90s, Eta Upsilon was in a euphoric state with constant events, parties, and celebrations. Thursdays were all about parties at Club 124, a staple of the social scene, followed by celebrations after a home basketball and football games. Eta Upsilon's social calendar was packed with events from The Guard, Club Rock, Club Duval, Rick's, and the Bingo Hall. At the same time, Eta Upsilon was committed to community service, which was evident through the Adopt a Highway cleanup on Highway 82, making the tangible impact on the community. Some of the achievements in the 2000s are Chris Wallace, Spring 2001, undergraduate board member of the Southwestern Province. Members of various student organizations like the National Society of Black Engineers, Black Voices, NAACP, and Black Student Alliance. Negotiated business contracts with different club owners, one example being in Club 124 to have the first right of refusal and splitting profits with the owners. This euphoric time period wouldn't last, however. Due to some unfortunate circumstances, Eta Upsilon would be banished from the yard. But like a phoenix rising from the ashes, Eta Upsilon made a triumphant return in 2014. The new millennium brought about transitions, but the chapter remained steadfast. The 2010s marked a resurrection as Eta Upsilon celebrated its 45th anniversary and received Chapter of the Year award in 2019. This period also saw members take on significant leadership roles within the fraternity on a national level. The most significant of these achievements in the 2010s are Paris Griffin, Spring 98, appointed by Grant Polmark as National Photographer for Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Daniel Nixon, Spring 18, elected as Board of Directors. Eta Upsilon celebrated its 45th anniversary, 2019. Eta Upsilon receives Chapter of the Year award at 2019 State Caucus. Today, in the 2020s, Eta Upsilon continues to evolve. With a commitment to excellence and service, our chapter members have achieved remarkable success both on campus and beyond. We celebrate these achievements as we look towards the future, knowing that the legacy of Eta Upsilon will continue to inspire generations to come.
For sure. Why did I join Kappa? Because being that guy never goes out of style. Like, I seen the Qs jumping, like you can't do that past the age of 25, like that's not play to me. And then all the other frats, they just didn't interest me. But like when I seen dudes at Kappa, like, and what they talked about, like the whole premise was just be that guy. Like that never goes out of style. Like having the best clothes, getting the most money, like being successful, being a stand-up father, like just achievement and overall, like being that guy, being him, that never go out of style. So that's why I picked Kappa.
It was different, bro. Yeah, I'm ready, bro.
Why did you join Kappa?
I joined Kappa because Growing up, I didn't have any news from my family. I was surrounded by the other organizations. My brother's at Alpha, my cousin's at Sigma, my other cousin Q, and well, I saw it, but my real taste of Greek life was coming to Mississippi State. And I saw the Qs, they would be hopping and stuff like that, and it's cool, but they real loud and stuff like that. That's just not me. The Sigmas, they be doing their own thing. I just really don't vibe with it. And the Alphas, they just kind of gave, like, those guys who just really try hard. But when I saw the noobs were smooth. They were cool. They commanded the room when they walked in. You know what I'm saying? They were the center of attention, and they didn't even have to do too much. And that's really the type of vibe that I embody. I'm not a really loud guy, but I try to command the room. In different ways. So I really vibe with that, and that made me want to join Kappa.
How has Kappa benefited me? Last year, my junior year, was probably like one of the hardest times in my life. I was working 2 jobs. I got a dog, engineering student. I joined the Grand Board, so I had a whole lot of responsibilities and duties. And honestly, when I had $5 to my name, honestly, my name even been in debt a couple times with my credit card. Like the Grand Board was looking out for me. Like they was taking me, getting me pasta and lobster. Like when at home, I didn't know when my next meal was. Or my line brother sending me $5 and $10 and me going to get Wendy's. And like that being the best thing ever, because like me knowing that if they ain't chipped in right then and there, I wouldn't have ate that night. So Kappa's been there for me at my lowest points and also my highest.
How has Kappa benefited me? Kappa has benefited me by putting me in positions that I never would be in otherwise. I'm pretty sure I would have some great opportunities had I not joined Kappa, but it's put me in opportunities where I've had to lead. It's put me in opportunities where I've seen some great leaders, where I've been around other great leaders, great minds, and just giving me a lot of great opportunities to grow personally, educationally, spiritually, in my workforce, and just it's really driven my ambition.
The most significant of these achievements in the 2020s are Richard Maddox, Spring 87, appointed by Grand Polemark as Province Polemark for the Eastern Province. Christian Barker, Spring 23, MSU Track and Field. Tyler Stevenson, Spring 23, elected Junior Grand Vice Polemark for the Southwestern Province and MSU Basketball. Justin Nave, Spring 22, elected as the National Undergraduate Grand Board member. Tyler McKenzie, Spring 22, elected as the Junior Province Vice Polemark. Daniel Nixon, Spring 18, appointed new Undergraduate University Affairs Coordinator for Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Victor Sutton, Spring 24, MSU Football. Trey Ford, Spring 24, MSU Basketball. Tolu Smith, Spring 22, MSU Basketball, All SEC First Team, and signed with the Detroit Pistons and played in the 2024 NBA Summer League.
One of my best memories being a part of Kappa, I say, is the lead up to the 2023 Step Show. We had just lost the one the year before, and a lot of people were saying that we should have won. I feel like we should have won. I feel like we had a better show than the people who did win. But I told them, I said, we might as well just go ahead and win it. Do what we got to do to win it. So the lead up, everybody was saying, the Alphas be winning. Alphas always win the Step Show. They were doubting us. They were talking down on us. And so when we finally won, everybody tried to flip and everybody tried to be like, yeah, y'all show was good. We knew y'all was gonna win. We knew y'all was, but at the end of the day, we knew that everybody was down on us. The Alphas, they were talking about us. They were talking down on us. So it was good to see their face once we won. Once we were celebrating, strolling with the trophy, all that. So that's probably one of my best memories in Kappa.
One of my best memories of being part of Kappa. There's so many of them. Honestly, probably my first homecoming when I see all my line brothers again. I think that's the last time we all been in the same room, same area, and like when you like becoming a member, like you always hear like you gonna miss when y'all are gonna be here, woo woo woo. You always hear that, but you don't really think, you like, I'm ready to get out of here. I'm just gonna go. So like that's probably the last time we all been in the same room, and like we text and like we see life updates, but it's nothing like having your guys there in the room with you, like seeing how much someone has grown up and like become a better man, and like the influence they place on you when they're around you. So probably the last my first homecoming.
You all have made a great chapter and great program up here at Mississippi State. I've looked through your program, your registration, everything. Beautiful. Job well done.
May we continue to uphold the ideals of Kappa Alpha Psi with pride, purpose, and unwavering commitment. As we commemorate 50 years of excellence, we are reminded the importance of our history. It is not just a record of our past, but the foundation upon which we build our future. To the brothers who have paved the way, we say thank you. To the current and future brothers of Eta Upsilon, the torch is now in your hands. May we continue to uphold the ideals of Kappa Alpha Psi with pride, purpose, and unwavering commitment.